Karyn Bryant for MMA H.E.A.T. I'm here with Michael Bisping. A lot has changed since I saw you last week.
Hold on, what's changed? I don't know. Fill me in.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Right.
I'm saying I just saw you down at Rain.
Oh, sorry. Right. Yeah. I was like, I don't know.
No, listen. Obviously, we're getting closer and closer to this fight with CB Dolloway. I want to talk about what it means to you in terms of importance, in terms of significance to you.
Well, I've dedicated my life to this sport and martial arts in general, and this is my chosen profession. I've put in everything I possibly can. I've given my life and soul to this sport, and my fighting abilities outside of my family, it means everything to me, and that's what keeps me so hungry and keeps me so motivated. I want to beat CB Dolloway, but this isn't just about beating CB Dolloway and putting a check in the bank. It's about showing the world, the UFC, and all the fight fans that have supported my career that I'm still at the top of my game, and I can still do this. I can still be the world champion. You know, that's what Saturday night's all about. If I lose that fight, then of course, you know, everybody's going to rightly doubt that. I'll still know I can achieve it, you know, but I will win on Saturday night. Even if I don't, I still know I can be world champion one day. I have the ability, but I have to go out there. I have to prove it. I have to put on the performances. I have to get the win streak, and that's what Saturday night is all about for me.
Has that been frustrating to you? Because anybody who does go and look at your record right now, it alternates win, lose, win, lose. So has there been a problem in anything with your camps? Is it just that you faced guys that were better than you that night?
You know, I mean, I fought a lot of guys on steroids, to be fair. You know, I took Chelsea on 5 days notice. That snapped my 5-fight winning streak.
I thought you won that fight, actually.
Well, there you go. So, you know, yeah, a lot of people did, but either way it was a close fight and I didn't get the decision. He's admitted he was on all kinds of things that night. So, you know, but regardless, you know, I lost that fight. After that, I rebounded with a good win against Brian Stan. After that, I fought Vito Belfort, you know. So it's not like I've been fighting idiots. You know, my last one was against Luke Rockhold, and of course, you know, I did well in the first round, but as I say, headbutted me, etc., etc. But we just saw Luke Saturday night go out and absolutely destroy Lyoto Machida. So it's not like, you know, it's not like I can't compete with these guys. I certainly did a damn sight better than what Machida did, and Machida's a great fighter. So I know I can still compete. I know I can still be world champion. But of course, I've got to go out there and I've got to prove that. And that's what Saturday night is all about for me.
And how do you think you'll beat him? We know, and we talked about this in this other interview that we have, which is up, the lessons learned from fighting Tim Kennedy, somebody like that. So how have you adjusted your game, your anti-wrestling game?
To be honest, it's not so much anti-wrestling. I mean, I've incorporated a lot of offensive wrestling. I mean, I've been wrestling as long as I've done MMA now, so which is a long time. So obviously, you know, I can shoot a double leg takedown if I want to. I do have very good jiu-jitsu. I'm a brown belt in BJJ. If I wore a gi, I'd have more. I'd have a black belt, but I very, very rarely wear the gi. I've got a black belt in Japanese jiu-jitsu, so I know a lot of submission moves. Maybe I should go for that more often, but I don't. I like to go for the knockout. That's just what I love to do, and I will be doing that Saturday night, and I believe I'll be successful. I believe I'm going to knock this guy out. I'm going to stop his takedowns, and I'm going to knock him out. But I am capable of getting a submission, and who knows, I might do that. But Saturday night's pretty simple. He's going to try and take me down. I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to kick him in the face very hard.
Well, we also saw you training with Jason Perillo, your boxing coach, Tito Ortiz, all the guys down at Rain, Mark Munoz. You mentioned at our lunch here that you had this kind of training camp years ago, you know, you really believe that you would have been in a title position.
Yeah, 100%. I do believe that. It's with a heavy heart I say that, because I've dedicated so much of my life to this sport, and it's taken me so long to figure out the pieces. You know, I still am as well. I'm still my own head coach, and I've been in control of what I've been doing. So, you know, it's nobody's fault, you know, apart from perhaps my own, for not allowing somebody else to take the reins more, you know. And maybe it's because, I don't know, you know, I'm a strong-minded person. Sometimes the location of where I've been living in the world, the opportunities for that type of training haven't been there. When I first moved out to California, because I'm in the middleweight division, some of the other camps, like for example Rain, where I've been training recently, I wouldn't have yeah, exactly. But I wouldn't have entertained training at Rain in the past, because me and Munoz, you know, we're in the same weight division. So, you know, it's always been difficult. But I've always had good coaches. The training partners is what I've struggled with, and you're only as good as the people you train with.
Well, as I said, things are going to be changing at Reign. So where will you go from there for that kind of mix that you do get there? There's always great guys.
Yeah, sure. There's always great guys there, and Reign is moving, downsizing, becoming more of a specialized wrestling facility. There's still a bunch of great guys that train there that are going to want to train somewhere else. So we're not sure. We're still working on that yet. But, you know, I mean, who knows, you know. But listen, all I'm thinking about right now is Saturday night. You know, the next training camp, I'll think about that after Saturday night. When I go out there, destroy CB, then I'll think about where I'm going to train next.
One thing that did happen when you were training the other day, and I saw you, and you were, I don't know if you were in with Kendall or what, and you took your headgear off, and I looked at Jason, I was like, dude, what's up with that? Why did Michael take the headgear off? He goes, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit here and get in an argument with this dude? He's a grown man, but am I going to sit there? And you know, that makes me nervous that close to a fight. I kind of think maybe you want to feel the real punches so you're ready, but at the same time, I feel like I want you to be protected. So why did you take it off?
You know, I always take it off, you know, because it gets goddamn hot. It really does. You know, you got those big, thick headgears on you. And of course, you know, I had guys shooting double legs on me and things like that. And when you got a big, thick headgear, they can get hold of your head more. You can't move as well. You know, it's very, very restricting, you know. Somebody needs to design a great headgear with grappling in mind. The boxing headgear, when you're doing mixed martial arts sparring, is very, very restricting on movement, and especially for the guy that's trying to defend takedowns. You know, if somebody's got you in a front headlock and things, and you're trying to get out of the position with a gigantic headgear on, it's very disadvantageous. So yeah, that's why I took it off. And you know, listen, I don't get hit very much in training, and Saturday night I ain't gonna get hit a single time.
Well, you speak of your elusiveness and your ability to box, and it's funny because when you look at the comments on videos and things that we've done together, you have the equal amount of haters, it seems like. The people who still go back to Dan Henderson knocking out, like, how often do you hear about it? Does it bother you? Because people, they like, there could be a parade still to this day about that fight.
Yes, it's ridiculous. For one, I didn't really talk that much trash. I had a bit of laugh, bit of fun with it, but who cares? Listen, that fight was 6 years ago. 6 years ago. It's a part of MMA history. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. You know, it's funny on Twitter, people, if I say something, you know, they'll post a gif of me getting punched or something. You know, Dan Henderson's very proud of it. He likes to post it now and again, and it's like, get over it. So what, you think that really bothers me? It really doesn't. You know, and somebody said recently, would you like a rematch with Dan Henderson? I said, I wouldn't lower myself to a rematch with Dan Henderson now, because that guy is so washed up and so old and so decrepit. I think we'd have a hard time getting it licensed. That guy's so slow, and I think he's had far too many blows to the head. I would love to get my revenge on Dan Henderson, but it just wouldn't be fair.
I suppose you, in response to that gift, could post one of you in your checks that you make as a professional fighter, and as these guys are keyboard guys.
Yeah, it's not really my style. I don't do that. I don't like to talk about those things. You know, I mean, I do very well out of this, and thank you to the UFC. But, you know, I fought for a long time, and people like to watch me do that, you know, and I get compensated appropriately.
Well, I guess my real point with the Dan thing too, though, is for everyone who's talking about that knockout still, there's a bunch of people going, listen, Michael's boxing is underrated, Michael this, Michael that. Like, do you feel, you know, and maybe it's because of your outsized personality that sometimes people forget to look at the skill set there, and that you're actually underrated?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I think, to be honest, I think you're stuck in a bit of a time warp there, Karyn, to be honest. I think you're dragging up the past. I mean, do not pay any attention to what comments people make on YouTube or forums, you know. My son does that. He's 13. So
we know.
Yeah. I don't really get too excited or carried away or really pay any attention to what those people say.
Well, I think, Michael, that you have a great skill set that maybe others don't recognize and appreciate. Big fights coming up. I'm curious, you know, we were also joking about Mayweather and Pacquiao coming up, and it's $100, so we're probably going to your house.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, party at my place. Let's go.
I'll bring snacks. Who do you like in that one?
You know, I've got to go with Mayweather. I want, you know, listen, before I say I want Pacquiao to win, I have a lot of respect and admiration for Floyd Mayweather, the adversity he's been through in his life. I believe actually he's a very intelligent man as well. When you stop all the bravado and the flashiness and this and that, he's a very intelligent man, and he's an absolute master of his craft. He's incredible. But, you know, he does need bringing down to earth a little bit. So I would root for Pacquiao. in that. But unfortunately, I don't think Pacquiao's going to do it. You know, he's had a few hard knockouts recently. I said recently, but over the last few years. And he's deteriorated a little bit more as a fighter than what Mayweather has. You know, I don't think either of them are truly in their prime. They've both deteriorated a little. Pacquiao's deteriorated more. I think Mayweather's going to be too elusive, too fast, and I think maybe around the 10th round he'll get a stoppage.
And do you think Conor McGregor has the skill set to get it done? He certainly talks as if he can, and he is quite good. But we know about beating Jose Aldo. No, about beating Jose Aldo. Yeah.
All right, I thought you were going to ask me about
the Mayweather. Well,
the McGregor and Mayweather.
Anybody
Anybody in the UFC is going to beat Mayweather.
Of course.
It's chalk and cheese. Apples and oranges. You can't compare the two.
Chalk and cheese. I like
Chalk and cheese. There you go. Boom. What was the question?
Aldo McGregor.
McGregor Aldo. Listen, I mean, that's a highly anticipated fight. Very evenly matched, I believe. It's going to play out on the feet. Of course, they're both fantastic strikers. Conor hits hard. Jose's got one hell of a chin, though. I mean, he took so many of those punches that knocked out Ricardo Lamas. Well, it wasn't one shot, but that was the one that set it off. It was one punch that put Lamas in all kinds of trouble, and Mendes followed it up brilliantly. My point is, Jose Aldo took many of those shots, so I don't think Conor's going to have it quite as easy as what he thinks. Does he have the ability to win it? Of course he does, but so does Jose, and that's what makes it such a great fight. That's what makes it so interesting. Conor's an absolute master at promoting these things, and if I'm not there live in person, which I hope to be, in fact I will be, I'll be there fight week, so never mind. I was going to say I will contribute to the pay-per-view numbers, but I'll be there, as long as Dana gives me some tickets.
Now listen, I know you do want to stay active and you're not looking past CB. I mentioned at lunchtime that you and Gegard Mousasi are on a similar time frame. He's got a fight coming up. How quickly would you like to get back into this into the mix here with another fight?
Well, as fast as possible. You know, I truly believe Saturday night I'll go out there, I'll have a good victory, and I'll come out of it like most of my fights, completely unscathed, without a mark on me. You know, that's genuinely how it goes, and I believe Saturday will be no different. And then I want to get back in there really fast. I've got some making up to do. That starts with CB. Hopefully get another victory in the summer. And then I'll start yapping on about title shots again. And whoever it is, you know, I mean, the division is stacked. It's absolutely stacked, you know. So my job is very, very hard. But I believe I have the potential. But I want to be in there June, July, August. I mean, we're in April, you know, so April, May, June, from June onwards, whenever, you know, but please get me back in there fast. I would love to fight on the Glasgow card. You don't want to know what Demetrius Johnson just did behind the cameraman. Listen, he has this image of a clean-cut, nice mummy's boy. Let me tell you about Demetrius Johnson. He's so fake, so fake. But yeah, I want to fight again ASAP. But don't miss Saturday night, UFC 186.
And last question, how excited are you to do Tough Talk with me? This is going to be fun. You and Dominic are going to alternate in and stuff. We're going to have this is going to be a great season.
Yeah, that's right. Tough Talk is back, obviously with the new concept for the Ultimate Fighter. I believe this is just what the Ultimate Fighter needs. It's a completely fresh concept. And of course, we get to sit and talk about it afterwards and give our opinions, and should be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too, Karyn. Thank you.
Have a great fight Saturday night, Michael.
I certainly will. You can bet on that. Count on that. Do something.
You can count on
that.